Yeah. Like, did you?
I did
you did
the
it?
Paintmaster.
Oh, well. Get up here for a second.
Actually, some of it actually is open stock so far as the subject is concerned, but not necessarily the pose of the piece.
Right. Exactly. So, right.
Yeah.
I didn't realize he did the master. He did the paint master when I'm talking about
Yeah,
their
like Greg
artists.
was talking about all the reference pictures. You should have seen all the reference pictures I had on that, just pieces of armor. And so all these people that are Star Wars fanatics, if the chip isn't right there, you'll hear about it. So, I mean, that was a lot of work.
Yeah, so these aren't just generically placed chips. These are actually movie
Tried to get it as close as possible.
and in the same place. Even,
Yeah.
You got the little things like that. It's there.
Yeah, so it's not just where the chips are, it's the colors too. I mean, they're very particular, what type of green and all sorts of stuff. And there's forums that just talk about the paint colors. And, some of them reference to like German, whatever, Panzer green, whatever. So, but it's a lot of work, but when it comes together,
Did Lucasfilm or whatever provide you any
Yeah,
color?
that's what Greg was talking about.
Yeah.
Those pictures are from the archives.
They tell you like paint colors to use or no?
They show images, but not so much.
Yeah,
the
for
actual
example,
paint
They don't have
colors.
like a.
That's a
Right.
close-up of what they had in their archive that wasn't lifted off of the DVD. And so that gives a really good indication exactly where all these chips are.
And I suppose with the color on here would be different.
You have to
when
be
you put it on
careful.
screen, it's going to change.
Ink colors, the paper,
Oh, yeah,
the
that's
computer.
Yeah, and for example, this one is a little more amber.
Computer screen might look different.
overall.
Whatever.
Yeah.
So there's always discussions. And
Yeah.
You find out what works best and what'll make people happy.
Dude, this is not, it's supposed to be here, not here. I'm setting it back. I'm setting
Yeah,
it back.
right.
I'm setting it back.
And even on the forums, they still, some people still aren't happy, but enough of them were.
So you're probably reading them going, no, I checked that out.
Well,
It's right spot.
you read to a point, and then it's like, that's
Now, on
enough.
something like that, do you send just,
Not off the subject, are you
just paint
are
one
you
copy, or do
involved
you-
in any costume design?
Sometimes it's 2 or 3, and things have to be.
No. No, but I don't have any movies coming up, but every year there is a big Hollywood red carpet affair called the Silver Spur Awards. That's just for directors and producers and writers and actors of westerns. And it's been going on for 16 years now, and really it is really a celebrity star-studded thing. And they asked me for the first time to appear this year as the Lone Ranger. So I'm going to be wearing that stuff from last year.
Great.
I'm going to be, I'll be like set decoration there this year. And that's going to be the last weekend of this month, yeah. Which is why I got my hair cut short and dyed black again.
You know what?
Normally it's
Also,
longer
go to
and brown
Grauman's
than
Chinese theater and
sideburns.
hang out in front.
Hey?
You can hang out in front of the Grauman's Chinese theater.
Yeah.
There's a lot of people out there. Get your picture taken with a woman.
That's right. That's right. The cops come along, you can't use those guns.
Yeah.
Are you going to rent a horse?
Yeah, but
I just have one more question. On the Indiana Jones, what are the actual colors of it, like his pants and stuff? Because it's like a weird in-between color.
I thought it was like a gray-green color.
Gray, green.
Yeah.
Taupe,
Taupe?
taupe,
Is that taupe?
kind of.
Yeah. What color is that?
The pants or
Yeah.
the jacket?
The pants.
Either one.
Pants and jacket, either one. I'm colorblind, which is why I'm asking.
Okay.
Oh, right.
Yeah, the pants are like a brownish, kind of a touch of green, I think.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and then the jacket, I remember you mentioning something about the jacket. They made it a little more green than it should have been. But it's a
Oh,
dark
that's
brown.
right. Again, a customer had said that.
Yeah, it has a tint of green.
Does it?
You said was actually off from what you originally wanted.
Yeah, I remember now.
What do you see?
Well, I see colors. It's not black and white, but I always have to have somebody there when I go shopping.
Isn't it the green and red, or confusing it? It's kind of a brown.
Is it generally the
Green and red
the
look
green
very
red?
similar.
And although I can see scarlet, a red, if it's mixed with anything, if it's mixed with the blue, I can't see it. Like, there's no purple to me. There's no purple, there's no lavender, lilac. And the same thing in browns and greens. There's no difference between brown and green to me.
You do see a difference between green and red.
Occasionally, yes, I can, yes.
I've
But I only know, like grass I know is green, just because they always say it's green. But like on a traffic light, the green on a traffic light is white to me. I see absolutely nothing what they're calling green there. If there are both greens and browns in this, I wouldn't be able to tell you. So that's why my forte is sculpting and making the clothes. And I did that for years and years and years for movies and for TV. I was in charge of making all the costumes for Waterworld and Starship Troopers, and I've made clothes for Raquel Welch and Paula Abdul. So I'm very good, and of course all these girls here, the photograph, I'm very good, because that's all linear. It's very mathematical, taking measurements and patterning something out and cutting and stitching up. But when I go out to shop for the fabrics, I always have to have someone with me and saying, oop, oop, that's not yellow, Greg, that's chartreuse. Yeah. And picking the matching threads for those patterns too, for those fabrics too. But yeah, I'm very, very good at doing the patterns and sculpting bodies and things like that. But again, I wouldn't have been able to say what really any of these colors are. But yeah, as you pointed out, when we do the master here, then when it goes over to the manufacturer, then they are the ones that they'll shop around their and so they may not be as totally anal about it as we are, and so then that's when we could run into problems with customers saying, that's a little on the green side.
Well, I just wonder too, like the translation between the actual costume and film is that the same color even all the time? You know what I mean? Like, is it?
Oh, you mean because of the lighting?
On camera, it doesn't necessarily. So you probably want a sculpture that looks like what it looks like on camera. Probably.
Exactly.
Right.
Exactly. I did. Speaking of that, I did one of the other things I did back in the '90s was I worked on the original Deep Space Nine and Star Trek. And if anybody here is really into Star Trek, before that it was spandex jumpsuits, and Deep Space Nine was the first. It took place on a space station, and so now they're in coveralls. A non-stretch woven coverall, and then they had the same kind of color-coded up here on the top. For red, and then color-coded on the red here, on camera, on TV, it's red, but if you saw one of those in actual person, it's like a fuchsia color. It's like a light fuchsia color, and they do that because that color looks red on camera. So for you go to Comic-Con or any of the Star Trek conventions, and the guys are walking around in real life wearing these uniforms, it's actually not what you see in the Paramount wardrobe department. Yeah. Yeah.
Interesting.
Okay, class dismissed.